Okay, thanks again, everybody, for joining us. We're really excited to have you on this webinar today. This is our latest installment of the Partnering to Win with Offsite DataSync webinar, where we're going to be covering 3-2-1 best practices and why it's important to ensure that the offsite copy of your client's data completes that 3-2-1 best practice. We'll also be walking through Veeam's new promotion, Free Cloud Connect. The final details of the promotion were released yesterday, so we're going to be walking through exactly how you, as our partner, are able to provide Cloud Connect service and receive the incentive through Offsite DataSync. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to Joel Wolverton from Veeam to walk us through 3-2-1 best practices.
Great, Sean. Thanks a lot. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Sean? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure you could hear me. Appreciate it. Yeah, my name is Joel Wolverton. I'm with Veeam, and I'm a National Account Manager and work with Offsite DataSync, and appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this. Really just wanted to kind of kick it off from the Veeam's perspective, and then once we get through that, Sean will talk through the program itself and how you can leverage Offsite DataSync. But what we're really going to be talking about is really mastering the 3-2-1 rule with cloud backup. You know, one of the things with the 3-2-1 rule is 3 stands for you want three copies of the data on 2 different mediums, if you will, and you want to make sure that you back up that 1 copy offsite, and that's where you could leverage Offsite DataSync to be that offsite repository, if you will. And it makes it pretty easy with Veeam's Cloud Connect. You can make sure that your data is safe, and by leveraging Offsite DataSync's backup services that they have, and who they're one of our platinum VCSP partners, and they also are our partner of the year in 2015. So we're real proud of that, and glad that they're a partner of ours. But primarily, you know, what you want to make sure is hosting your backups offsite. And you want to make sure you also have that complete visibility and control of that data. And you want to make sure that your partner that has the offsite capabilities has the modern backup architecture, and that your data definitely is safe from an encryption standpoint. So we have that end-to-end encryption capabilities. The other thing is that a lot of folks out there definitely know about disaster recovery, right? The question is, do you have a disaster recovery plan? If you do, what is that plan? A lot of times it's put the data on a thumb drive, stick it in the bag, and take it home with you after work. Well, we can get a heck of a lot more resilience with the solutions that Offsite DataSync has. And you definitely want to make sure that there is no downtime. So 0 tolerance, 0 downtime. You want to make sure that your data is always on. And in case of a disaster, you've got a disaster plan, and a DR as a service is something that can be taken advantage of through Veeam's Cloud Connect. It's affordable, it's efficient, image-based replication for the true DR, DR for any workload, and advanced networking capabilities is something that the Offsite DataSync can definitely offer for you. You can go to the next one, Sean. Thank you. And really, what is in it for you, right? For the end user, they definitely want to get that data off-site. They want to have a replication plan, a DR plan, if you will. And Offsite's a great partner to do that with. And it's a great opportunity for the resellers, if you will. Why? Well, it gives you capabilities of reoccurring revenue streams that you can take advantage of, backup as a service, DR as a service. You can be more value differentiated than maybe some of the competitors are out there. And the other thing is it makes you as an organization more sticky for that end user. My point is that you're offering more services. You can bring more value to them, and really does safeguard your customers from the competitor, because the more investment they have in you, the more it'll be more difficult for them to move off of your services. And it kind of ties into bridging the opportunity that's out there. Veeam definitely helps close that availability gap. You want to make sure there's no downtime, right? The more downtime you have, the more money that the end user would be losing. And customers and you as a reseller and partner can help facilitate the offsite data protection so that they can be ensured of that availability gap. Also, regardless of the type of organization that you might be out there, resellers, hybrid VARs, service providers, there's a real opportunity here to offer these cloud services. So Veeam makes it a lot easier, and having a value partner like Offsite DataSync that knows what they're doing, has the back end that can support what the end user needs is a great value to have. The last point I want to make on this before I hand it back over to Sean is seeding the market. Point to this is that Veeam is protecting over 2.5 million servers worldwide. Customer-wise, we have over 216,000 customers, and we're adding 3,500 customers each month. And Veeam doesn't have, we're not a service provider, we're not a reseller, we're a software that gives that capability from a backup perspective and a DR perspective. It makes it easy for you to utilize to increase your revenue, increase your value with that end user. And we have the embedded base that you can go after to help grow that business. And that's lending to our success, that's lending to Offsite DataSync's success because of the vitality that the product has and also the partners that we're working with have. So there's a great opportunity out there. And I think that brings us to the next slide. And Sean, it might be where you kick back in, if you will, with this Cloud Connect service that we have. So it's a free Cloud Connect service. It kicked off yesterday. And I'm going to have Sean talk a little bit more about that. But just to give you an idea, we have over $200 million that we are earmarking for this to get these type of services free to the end user. So, Sean, is the next one yours, my friend?
Yep, it sure is. Hey, thanks, Joel. I certainly appreciate you joining us today and the support from Veeam, as always. They're really putting their money where their mouth is in this incentive, right? So they're offering free Cloud Connect services to make sure that that offsite copy is in fact protected and really pushing the wave of the future with Cloud Connect. So as a response to Veeam's promotion, we've elected to up the ante a little bit. So we're going to walk through the financials here, and then we're going to walk through some of the details of who's eligible for the promotion, and then we're going to walk through how to execute it and the resources that you're being provided both by Veeam and by Offsite DataSync to make sure that your customers have an opportunity to take advantage of the promotion. So first, let's look at the financials. We're offering $2,000, up to $2,000 for new replication service exceeding 10 terabytes. We're offering up to $1,500 for new replication service or new backup service over 10 terabytes, and we're offering up to $1,000 for new backup service. So while Veeam is certainly providing a fantastic value to everyone directly from Veeam, we're going to up the ante a little bit and make sure that your clients have every opportunity to take advantage of Cloud Connect and no excuse not to make the move by utilizing cloud. So let's talk a little bit through the details. This deck will be made available to you following the presentation. Don't feel like you need to take notes on this. You'll have this in your inbox shortly. Just as a brief recap, the limited time offer, and there's a code that needs to be registered. We'll walk through that process. The activation code has to be done by your client by March 31st, and the services have to be consumed by June 30th. So the sooner you have the opportunity to sign your clients up, the more they'll be able to take advantage of the offer. They must own or purchase VAS, VBR, or VBE any addition prior to the offer expiration, and the customer must be current on maintenance. Current customers are eligible as long as the funds from the offer are used to expand their service or purchase new services. There's one coupon per Veeam customer account. It's available to Veeam customers in the US and Canada. It has to be delivered by a participating VCSP, so that's us, obviously, and then must present the activation code to the reseller prior to consumption of Cloud Connect service for validation by Veeam. So that's a good recap of sort of the process that we're about to walk through. So there are three major steps on your end. The first step is that the end customer is going to register for a code on Veeam.com. It's important that they register the code directly from Veeam. The website is here. It's go.veeam.com -promo free cloud services, and then they can begin right there. So if they click Get Free Services, it'll begin to walk them through the process. A customer can also register directly from my.veeam.com. So the next step is that the end customer redeems the code with our partner. that will go directly to you, our partner, so that you can give that to us. The activation code email will look as following. All of the registrations are going to go through a validation process. So Veeam is going to validate that you have the correct edition of software, as we had mentioned before, and that you're up to date on maintenance. After that validation process is concluded, they'll receive an email with an activation code, and then obviously the code expiration date. That's the code that you'll send on to us at Offsite DataSync. So provider redeems code with Offsite DataSync. So there's a whole process for us that we will follow with, where we will plug that into the partner portal and validate it with Veeam, but you don't have to worry about being reimbursed. Everything coming from us will be invoices as you would typically expect. So there won't be a process where you need to front any money for these services with the expectation of being reimbursed. We as the VCSP are taking on that opportunity for ourselves. So you won't be losing money by bringing in your customers to take advantage of the promotion. You're putting the liability on us to do that. So let's work through questions. What if the customer already uses Cloud Connect? What if I have customers that are currently protected in the cloud? Current customers using Cloud Connect are still eligible as long as the funds go to expand their service or purchase new services. So for example, if they're currently sending backups, you can add replication. Or if they're currently sending 25 VMs, you can expand to protect a larger environment, and they'll still be eligible for the incentive. So what about new customers that buy Veeam on site this quarter? They're eligible once they pay for VAS, VR, or VBE. Make sure that they register for their code after they become a customer. If they register before becoming a customer, the customer validation process will trigger an ineligible email. So again, just make sure that they have current licensing when they sign up for the code. So what's the deadline? There are two really important deadlines to keep in mind. One is the deadline to register, which is March 31st. That's to get your code. And then the deadline to utilize the free services is June 30th. So what that really means for you is that the sooner that we can get your customers into the program, the more of the incentive they'll be able to use, because it's up to the amount quoted based on services consumed until June 30th. So it's important that we bring people in early so that they have an opportunity to take full advantage of the promotion. The quicker they register, the more time they have to consume the free services. So what if a customer registers but doesn't receive an email or receives a decline email? If they don't receive an email, have them check my.veeam.com. If they receive a decline, make sure that they meet the terms and conditions. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. And then reach out to your inside or field Veeam partner manager, who will reach out to the order processing team. That's pretty straightforward. If you haven't gotten anything and you have questions, contact Veeam. They'll be able to walk you through what may have happened in the process. Either the terms and conditions were not met or something was missed, and they'll make sure and rectify it. So these are some resources that Veeam is providing to make sure that you have every opportunity to put this in front of your clients. Today, they'll provide you with a landing page, an FAQ document, banners, press release, blog, and there's quite a bit more on there. Soon, they're going to be providing some e-cards, webinar, etc., so that you can make sure and get this in front of your clients. This is all in the Veeam Pro portal under the promos section. Resources that Offsite DataSync is providing you. Those of you who have logins to our partner portal may have seen this published this morning. We've put together a social drip campaign with an opportunity to put this on your social channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, to put it out there in front of your customers and bring them in. This is obviously a large leads generation opportunity for you as well. People that may not have service with you yet, they know that they're getting something for free by coming on board, especially current Veeam customers. Obviously, it's pretty easy to bring them in. We're also going to be providing email campaigns that were published this morning and co-branded FAQs so that you can represent the program with some of your branding on it as well. And pretty soon we'll have a landing page as well that will redirect them back to your site, published in that partner portal as well. So what's in it for the reseller? I think this is pretty obvious, but it's important to highlight that the $1,000 per customer is really the tip of the iceberg, right? So if you bring somebody in and back them up, you have so many other services that you can take over for them and become their trusted advisor moving forward. It's also a lead gen mechanism for our partner network. It gives our partners the opportunity to go out and capture new services without the clients really unloading any capital early in the process. The gateway to successful, consistent, sustainable recurring revenue stream, and the free Cloud Connect services offers the catalyst for change to build it, grow it, and it'll pay off month after month. Monthly recurring revenue is absolutely the name of the game. So when should resellers begin talking about this, and what should they do? So right now, you should begin talking about it to jumpstart your cloud revenue stream. Again, the program was rolled yesterday. We're so excited to bring you in early in the process so that you have an opportunity to allow your clients to take advantage of as much of the incentive as possible. A really important step is to register in the reseller portion of the VCSP directory. In the Veeam Pro portal, under Marketing Toolbox, click on Promos. You can list your services on Veeam.com. This is the easiest way to begin lead generation for your organization. Service providers and resellers can list their Veeam-powered services. If you're referring or reselling Cloud Connect services and your customer visits the directory, your listing will be at the very top. That's so important. And then if you're white labeling Cloud Connect service, which you're more than welcome to do as a part of our program, you get listed in the directory as a provider, as a service provider, to advertise to new customers. So how to take action, next steps. The key takeaway when talking to your end users is that now is the time to get backups offsite and leverage DRaaS. It's important to complete the 3-2-1 best practice for backup, giving an unprecedented amount of money to our customers to get started. Read the FAQs and make sure that you understand the offer. Our partner resources at OffsiteDataSync will be happy to walk you through any questions that you might have when you're explaining this to your end users. So make sure also that we're registering in the reseller portion of the VCSP partner directory. If your customer goes and they're looking at Cloud Connect services, you're going to be the one that's going to pop up on top. It's really easy to accomplish that. If you have any questions about working through that process, certainly feel free to reach out to us or hang on and post something in the chat window. We'll be happy to address it. We're really excited that we have the opportunity to roll this out to our partners. Veeam has done an incredible job of putting this program together and getting all of our partners the opportunity to utilize Cloud Connect, especially for those that have not used Cloud Connect before. It's extremely important that you understand the offer so that when you bring it in front of your end user, you're able to represent it in a way that shows the value in the solution. And we encourage you to reach out to us at OffsiteDataSync to help explain that and utilize the content that we provide with you as well. Veeam, of course, is doing a great job of providing quite a bit of content to you so that you can put that in front of your end users. I'm going to hang on the line for a second. Again, we really appreciate Joel joining us and everybody joining us on the webinar today. Again, this deck will end up in your inbox. The recording will be there as well. Feel free to distribute it to your team so that you can better understand. And then let's walk through the partner portal so that you have all of the materials at hand to put this in front of your clients. Again, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'll hang on the line for any questions that come up in the chat box.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate the opportunity to present with you.